All right, well, we'll say a little bit about March Madness again because that's what's going on.
March.
What's going on? March Madness. Today is day 12.
12? Yes.
12. Guys, we're almost halfway there. How exciting. So today is day 12 of March Madness, and the exercise that is being highlighted today on social media is Swan Dive. Yeah. So from here on out, I feel March Madness just gets like exponentially harder.
It does.
Yeah.
Much harder.
Much harder. So, yeah, keep an eye out for videos of us doing really, really hard Pilates in the next 2 weeks.
Some of it looks good.
Some of it looks like it could use some work.
Some of it does not.
But that's okay. That's what we're here for. That's why it's good to start where you are. Be where you are. Do what you can. You'll get better. Great. I guess let's do it.
Let's rock
We're
it.
going to do some advanced mat. Like, if you are not here now, watch this on YouTube. Don't jump into the advanced mat exercises not warm, but I can control you. I just do what I can.
Yeah.
All right, let's get started.
Let's get started.
Here we go. I don't know if they can hear this at home. My neighbor is accompanying our session today.
That's great.
New York living, folks. New York living. Okay. Start with some warm-ups here, so feet flat on the mat, and just go right into, Bianca, your pelvic tilts, because you know that. Good, and for anybody watching at home, you're going to think about having enough space behind your low back for a blueberry, so you feel your glutes, and then you have space, and then you feel your rib cage, and that space is for a big, big blueberry. And that's your neutral pelvis, and then you imprint your low spine on the mat, tucking your pubic bone towards your face, and that's your tucked pelvis, and then you come back to neutral and back and forth for your pelvic tilts here. Just waking up the low spine. And when you press the low back on the mat, not only are you thinking of the pubic bone coming to the face, but you're also thinking about the tailbone lengthening the low spine down below you. Yeah. And while you do this, Bianca, start to relax your shoulders, yeah, and start to focus on your breath. So filling the belly up with air even more anytime you exhale, wherever that feels best for this movement. 2 more. Good. And 1. Good. And then hold there, bring your arms up, and you're gonna float the arms back. Inhale, exhale, press the air forward. 5 of these. Inhale, and exhale. 4. That's it. 3. And press. Good. 2 and press. On your final one, you're gonna come all the way up into your Pilates curl. So send your arms back, press the arms all the way down to the hips, curl up. Head, neck, and shoulders come off the mat. Good. And then roll back down, arms come back overhead. And you're gonna do that 5 times. So you go all the way back, squeeze underneath those armpits to press the arms down, roll up. Good. And then inhale, lower down, arms go back. That's it. 3 more times. Press forward and curl. That's it. And then roll back down, articulating through the spine here. Even though you're only lifting a little bit, you're still articulating up and articulating down. That's it. 1 more. Curl up. And then come all the way back down. Bring the knees into the chest. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. We go right into our 100. Arms go along by the hips. Legs go to a high 45. And you start pumping. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going just like this for 8 more breaths. Big inhales in, relaxing the abdominals. Nice long exhales out, getting all the air out. That's it. Good, 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 good. A little bit more movement right from that shoulder. That's everybody's thing. We gotta remember that that whole arm starts in the middle of our back. Yeah. That's it. You have 4 more breaths. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful, big, strong pumps. And exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Final one. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop pumping, bend your knees, lower your head, neck, and shoulders. Take a breath. Good. Now I set up for our roll up. So legs go long on the mat, arms go straight up to the ceiling. And to advance your roll up here today, if you're in a place of wanting to challenge, this is our, what, ninth class. So if you've been doing them all, literally you're probably ready for a little bit of a challenge. If you're not, that's okay. You stay in your half roll down or you do your full roll up. But we take this a little bit further, and it's only a little bit more, by taking the arms back by the ears, and then leaving the arms as close to the ears as possible as you roll on up. So tuck your chin to your chest. Try to keep those arms with those ears. Yeah. And then reach forward, dive forward to reach for those toes. More lift right here. Yep. And then roll down bone by bone. And you bring the arms back with you. So as soon as your shoulders touch, arms go back. That's it. Peel the head, neck, and shoulders up. Keep those arms by the ears. Shoulders stay down the back. Yeah. Dive forward and reach. Good. So keep going just like this, Bianca, for like 3 more. Bianca's roll-ups are beautiful and usually not very, not this challenge, right? It really is a challenge. Why is this a challenge? Keep going. I'll tell everyone at home why this is a challenge. This movement, the further your arms are away from your core, the more distal the movement is. So you have, if your body is a lever, the lever is longer. So there's more work to be done to get that up and over versus if they're lower. And that's why it's more challenging. Yeah. Beautiful, Bianca. One more. Squeeze those inner thighs. Press those heels down. Good. Reach forward. Roll back down. Shoulders draw down your back the whole way. Yeah. Great adjustment. Beautiful. 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 Now we do something called the rollover. This is an advanced mat exercise, but really fun exercise. I was actually doing it yesterday with a client of mine, and she did it. And her, her main thing that we're working on is, well, everything, balance, strength, etc. But she has scoliosis.
Oh.
And I've seen, in some things that we've done, I've seen some imbalances pop out sometimes, especially with any rotation. One side is clearly more free than the other. But when we did rollover, it was amazing. She did it, and she just, one leg really just wanted to like hang lower, like a lot lower than the other one. And it was so cool to watch her. We identified that. We're like, whoa, that's something we've never seen before. And then she was explaining just that like one side of her abs had to work significantly more to keep those legs together. Wow. So I loved it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a huge eye-opening exercise to show us what might be going on in the body. That's so great. Maybe you'll come up with something like that at home. I don't know. We'll see how this goes here. So wash behind you because you're gonna bring your legs up overhead. So make sure you have enough space. Scoot forward on your mat. Bend your knees into your chest. Arms are on the mat, long, kind of like you're gonna do a jackknife. They're pressing into the mat. The shoulders are open into the mat. The back body's hugging the floor. Send the legs out to a high 45. And you're gonna come into a plow position with control. So try to use those hips, that's it. I mean, not the hips, the core, good. And then you bring your toes onto the mat. Now, flex your feet really hard and open your legs an inner hip distance apart. So you have a small V, like a pizza slice in between your legs. And then you're gonna, and then you're gonna try to keep your legs as close to the ground as possible, parallel to the floor as you roll down through the spine with control. Pressing the hands into the mat, pressing the shoulders into the mat. Good. When your butt touches, bring the legs to 45. Don't bend them in. Close the legs. With closed legs, you bring the legs back over the head. That's it. Toes come down. Flex the feet. Reach energy out those heels and melt the spine down and away from the heels. Beautiful, Bianca. When your butt touches, zip your legs together at 45. One more time like this. Legs come up overhead together. Flex your feet at the back. Separate them a little bit and then roll down bone by bone. Good, and then bend your knees in, take a breath. We're gonna do the opposite way. If this is too much for you at home, I want you to try to just get into that plow position. If that's too much at home, start to do some bridges for me so that we can work on the strength in the back of the body because that's really important on an exercise like this. So you're just gonna have feet flat on the ground, bridge the hips up, rolling through the spine, articulating, rolling back down. That's what you're gonna do instead, or you're just gonna come into that plow position. Otherwise, if you're feeling super strong, you're with us. Okay, so now we do the opposite. So arms long on the mat, legs go out long, and you separate the legs. And you try to keep this distance between the legs as you bring the legs up over you. Yeah, it's a little more challenging. When the toes touch, zip the legs together, and then melt the spine down, squeezing those inner thighs until the butt touches. That's it. Good. Legs go to 45, they open, and you lift the legs up and over. Tap the toes to the mat. Squeeze the legs together, roll down. Good. And when you're going over into this plow position, stop yourself on your shoulder girdle. Don't come onto your neck. Your neck should always be free and open. Come back over one more time. Toes touch, zip the legs together, squeezing the legs as you roll all the way back down. Good. And then you stop there. Scoop back on the mat. That's our rollover. And we set up for a single leg circle. So scoop back. Now you have to get all on your mat, your whole body on the mat, head to toe. Arms on by your sides. Just a regular single leg circle here. Let's do 5 in each direction on each leg. Pull your right leg into the chest. Send the right leg straight up to the ceiling. Good, arms go flat on the mat. Good, and you go across the body, down and around, and back up for 5. Inhale across and down, exhale to lift. Good. Yeah, that's it. Watch that rack in those hips. This is the exercise. Good. And then reverse directions, down, across, and up. So you can either be drawing a straight leg on the down, or if you feel like you've got control of those hips and you have to be realistic with yourself, you can make an outside circle and an inside circle. But you have to be realistic. Watch those hips. They don't move at all. Good. And then straighten that leg along. Bend the left knee in. Send the left leg up to the ceiling. Arms by your side. Cross the body down and around and up. Across, down, around, and up. That's it. Inhale across. Exhale to lift. Last one. And then we reverse. Inhale down, exhale across and up. Think about squeezing that inner thigh across the room. Bianca's gonna try to make it reach the door while keeping the hip down. One more. Good, bend the knee into the chest. Bring both hands behind the thighs. Rock right up into your rolling like a ball. Yeah, and then we go back into our rolling like a ball and come back up and stop right behind the sits bones. We have 4 more. Inhale, rock back, exhale, come up. 3, inhale, and exhale, hover. 2, inhale, exhale, hover. Final one, inhale back. Exhale, come up, hover right behind the sits bones, and hold here for 3 breaths. Inhale, go deeper into the core. See how much farther back and bigger you can make your ball without falling. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Good. Place your feet down. Send your arms long in front of your shoulders. Start up, stay nice and tall, and give me a roll down with bent knees. That's it. Squeezing those inner thighs, pressing those feet down into the mat. It's different with bent legs. Yeah. And breathe. Beautiful. We're in our ab series, ladies and gentlemen. 5 exercises in our ab series. And soon, we'll be on our March Madness exercise of the day. Hug your knees into your chest. You're going to love it, I promise. Hug your knees into your chest. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Either have your arms long by your hips today in your 100 position, or you bring one hand on your knee and the outside hand onto your ankle. Take your option here. Send one leg along and switch and switch and switch and switch. If you have your hands on the legs, you're switching the hands together with the legs, guiding the legs inside the Pilates box, hips to hips, shoulders to shoulders. So not coming outside of the shoulders with those knees. You have 3 and 3. Inhale, 2. Exhale, last 1. Exhale, hug your knees in, lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Take a breath. Beautiful. Good, let's set up right into our double leg stretch. Hug your knees into your chest. You could scoot forward or just watch your arms. Hug your knees into your chest. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Everything stretches away from each other. Long legs, long arms. Hug your knees in. Beautiful, low double leg stretch here today from Bianca. You have 4 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hug. Inhale, really grow. Exhale, hug. Think about sending the legs away from the hips and coming back in. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale, stay here, send both legs straight up to the ceiling or right into our scissor. Both hands behind the thigh, calf, or ankle. Hugging that leg towards you, lowering the opposite leg down. Now stay here and pulse this leg closer to your face. Good, and switch. And pulse, good. Keep going. I want you to think that this bottom leg, when it gets where it's going, it stops. And it's totally still. It's not going down, it just stops and it's totally still. That's the challenge while this leg comes back in. Yeah, that's it. 3 and 3 and 2 and 2. 1 more and 1. Hug your knees in, lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Good. Jenny, what am I doing if I can't hold my Pilates curl for all of these ab series exercises? You're doing the same exercise with the head, neck, and shoulders down, and you're still getting all that work in the core. Yeah, that's it. So also too, keeping that booty down on the mat, so it's not popping up or tucking. You're in neutral pelvis today, which is so important. We have that blueberry behind our low back.
Or if you have a book, like a high book or a block. If you don't have a block, you could use a high book to
prop the head up.
Rest your head up.
Yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes when you lay your head down, you still strain in the neck a little bit.
Totally. So a lot of us are holding tension in different ways. And we're like, here maybe. So if you're feeling like this like neck opening here, that's a really great idea for Bianca to prop your head up just on something like slight.
Yeah.
A little, even just like a rolled up towel, maybe. Something like that. Yeah. Good. Hug your knees into your chest. Bring your hands behind your low back or behind your head. Low back if you have any back issues. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up or leave the head down. Send the legs straight up to the ceiling. Pilates stance the feet. Lower halfway down. Exhale to lift. lower halfway down, exhale to lift. One more like this, slow and controlled together. And then we're gonna play with the tempo. You go down fast, you lift, slow. Down fast, up, slow. One more time like that, and then we reverse it. You go down slow, up fast. Good, down slow. Keep your butt down even though those toes are coming up fast. Don't lift those hips. We're gonna do that later. Good, and then bend your knees in after this one. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Take a rest, good. Take your hands, place them behind your head. We're almost to our ab series. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Send one leg long and twist your opposite elbow, or sorry, armpit, not elbow, to the opposite knee and switch. Good, and switch, and switch. Sometimes I know my body parts, but we want the armpit, truly, not the elbow. The elbow is gonna be your conventional like gym bicycle. All great and good for your obliques, but I wanna focus on this rotation, and that's why it's going even deeper, one step further. You have 3, and 2. Keep breathing, go deeper with the breath if it's starting to be hard. Hug both knees in, lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Good, so always, always, always relying on that breath. Oh my gosh, it's getting really hard. Breathe more, breathe more, breathe more, go into that core. Let it take all the work on. Yeah, cool. All right, awesome. Take your hands, put them behind your thighs, rock up to a seated position. And then you're gonna set up for a spine stretch forward, arms long in front of you, flexing the heels, legs are open the outside distance of the mat. And you're gonna peel off an imaginary wall to reach forward. You're keeping your low back from your shoulder blades downward on, and then roll back up the wall. Good, and then round over forward and come back up. Good. Keep going like this. I want you to think about your roll up, especially the one we did today. The top of your head is what leads you forward, and then the rest of the spine just kind of follows suit, right? Good. 2 more. That's it. And 1 more. Reaching forward. Coming all the way back up nice and tall. Now, just take a breath, lower your arms. What were you doing with your arms on that pass? We're gonna do 3 more repetitions. I want you to really feel a pressing down of the arms so they're super engaged. And then, your opposition here is my arms press down, my ribs lift up and over. Yeah, so 3 more. Really bring your attention to what your arms were doing. So perfecting this. We just did it, now let's make it better. Good. Do it with feeling. Once more with feeling. Good. 2 more. Somebody said one day they're in class and I was like, now do it like you mean it. Or like you believe it. Yeah.
So this is for the people in the cheap seats.
Exactly. Good. Zip your legs together. Take your time rolling down to the mat to set up for our corkscrew. Or open leg rocker is next. Roll up.
But I was already done here.
You're gonna roll up. Okay, good. And then hands come behind the thighs, legs are open, good. And then you're gonna start with this nice tall spine. Round your spine out, look at your belly button. Tilt your pelvis back so you tip to the shoulder blades, come back up, sit tall. Round back, tuck the pelvis, round down, sit tall at the top. 2 more times, round back, tuck that pelvis, come up. 1 more time, you round and tilt the pelvis to move, come back up, good. Zip the legs together, lower the spine down. Yep. Place the feet flat on the mat, arms long by your sides, and then lengthen your body long, so legs long. Yeah, find the full body on the mat. Okay, now we're gonna set up for our corkscrew. We're gonna start with tick-tock. We're gonna move into corkscrew 1. We're gonna move into an advanced variation of corkscrew. Hug your knees into your chest and send the legs straight up to the ceiling. Okay. When you do your corkscrew, you have a neutral pelvis. So you have enough space behind your back for that blueberry here already. Good adjustment, Bianca. And then you're gonna start your tick-tock side to side. The hips may lift, the ribs may not. And you're thinking about keeping those heels together. So maybe your range of motion is small so that one heel does not lead the other one. Good. Now we're gonna add our corkscrew. So you go to one side, down towards the ground, a little small circle around and up. The other side, down and around, a small circle around and up. Good, keep going like this. Again, the hips can move, ribs cannot. That's how you determine your range of motion. Good, and then we're gonna add on here. Next time you go out to the right, down and around, come to the left, lift your hips up in the air. Yeah, and then we go left, right to center and lift. Lower your hips, take a breath, bend your knees, and we're gonna breathe. We're gonna go back into that, and we're gonna go right for that advanced variation. If that's too much for you today, stay where you were, just doing your tick-tock even, or you start your regular corkscrew, but you don't lift the hips. So the thing about lifting the hips is that Ideally, our legs go straight up, not over our face. So if we lift straight up, we're using more of that low abdominal, and you might only get up like this much. So make that your goal. Your goal is to point and press your toes right up into the ceiling. I think I had another thought, but when it comes to me, I'll let you know. Arms on by your side. You can start with your TikTok, or you can go right into that corkscrew. You corkscrew around. Yeah, so Bianca's gonna get it here. Good, you go. There you go. And lift. Good, beautiful. Yeah. Press your shoulders into that when you lift. Yes, that was it. One more time in each direction. Shoulders down, toes up. Beautiful. One more time. Shoulders down, toes up. Lower the feet, butt, bend the knees. Good. Different, right? Yeah, cool. All right, let's set up for our saw. So hands come behind the legs. You rock up to a seated position, straighten the legs along. Arms go out in front of you. They open just slightly. We're gonna focus just on this twist first. So twist your torso to the right and then sit tall and come over to the left. So don't dive yet. And you grow and twist and grow and twist. Good. Just take your head with you. So like you're like a laser beam with your eyes. That's it. And grow and twist. Okay, next time you go right, twist. Dive forward, so off your pinky toe with your pinky finger, flip the back palm up, gaze at it. Come all the way up to sit tall, facing that side, twist through center, come all the way to the left. Dive forward, so off the pinky toe with pinky finger, flip the back palm, come back up to center, and twist, and dive, and grow tall, and twist, and dive, and grow, and twist, and dive, and grow, and twist, and dive. Every time you grow, you're trying to get taller in the spine than you've been all day. This is your last one to the left. Beautiful. Come back to center. Bring the legs together. Roll down to the mat, bone by bone. Beautiful. And then we turn over to our belly. And we're going to work on today's March Madness exercise of the day, which is called Swan Dive.
Yikes.
So, let's
I have to
start.
adjust my mat.
Oh, yes. Yeah, so that you can see the full expression
Fun
of this.
fact, when I was filming this originally, I'm too tall, and I
Yeah,
went
and move
right into the
Move it this
shelf.
way. Yeah.
This way?
Yeah, because that top camera's got to get you in it. We have two
We have
cameras, guys.
multiple
We're
cameras,
very
guys.
fancy.
We're on multicam show.
Okay, lay down.
Nobody finds this funny. Okay, great.
Great, perfect, awesome. Okay, arms long in front of you. Okay, pause, rewind. We're gonna start just with our real swan, our regular swan, so that we can figure out what the engagement in the back and the belly needs to be. So hands start right under the shoulders. Turn your toes to face each other, so you're relaxing your glutes. Press your pubic bone and hip bones into the mat and pull your belly button up. Good, and then lift your head, neck, and chest up off the mat. Try not to press too much into your hands and just like their light grip on the mat. And then lengthen your spine so you're growing taller as you put the forehead down. And then again, light pressing in the hands, lifting the head, neck, and chest from those back muscles and lower down. Your back lifts you up like a sheet of muscles on your back that's raising in the air. And your shoulder blades draw down your spine like they're gonna go into imaginary pockets on jeans. Or jeans if you're wearing them, I don't know. Good, one more time, come up, pull that belly button in, relax those glutes, and then lower down. Good, okay, so this is our swan. Now we go into our swan dive. So you're gonna press yourself up into a big tall swan, arms go straight, no crunching in the spine. What?
Should we modify first? That's right, I'm just gonna go for it.
Just go for it, just go for it. Good.
No promises here, guys.
And then you're going to literally shoot your arms out in front of you like you're diving forward. Pull those abs and engage from the abs, and you're gonna try to find a rock here forward and back. The legs will lift, and then you'll come back and forth. Just like this, beautiful. That's it. Yes. One more, if you have it, that's fine. It's all good. Come sit back in your child's pose, Bianca. We're gonna do it again. So that everyone at home who saw that can try it if you want. Otherwise, you stay in your regular swan. So swan dive is super challenging. I mean, I think it's something that Bianca and I are both just like working on, maybe even for the first time. But we found when we were doing it the other night, we wanted to like use our head a lot, and it's not about this like bobbing your head forward and back to get momentum. You really want to try to get that momentum to come from the core, and the core lift the legs up and lower them down, and the core lift the spine up and lower it down. Bianca has much better extension than I do, so that looks better than mine does, because she could get up and open. So you can think about that up and open, but not splaying the ribs. just lifting the chest and trying to keep this.
It's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress. Beautiful. Bring your hands onto the mat. Press your arms up straight. Good. And then you shoot your arms out in front of you and try to get that rock here. That's it. And lift the chest and lift the feet and lift the chest and lift the feet lower down. Good. Sit back in a child's pose again. Good. I hope all of you at home maybe give it a try. If not, that's okay. You'll get there. That's our March Madness exercise of the day. Way to go. Good. Okay, now just lay down on your mat. Let's leave it like this. On your belly, single leg kicks. Propping your forearms up on the mat. Making two fists like you're wearing rings, and then breaking the wrists, bringing them together like the rings are touching. Pressing the forearms into the mat, lifting the chest tall and proud. Zipping the legs together behind you. Kicking one heel to your butt twice. Kick, kick, and switch. Kick, kick, and switch. Kick, kick, and switch. Good. Keep going. The belly is lifted and engaged. That kick, kick is happening from the hamstring. And if you want to advance this, you can point and flex on that kick. So you point, kick, point, flex. Point flex, point flex, kick, 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 right, yeah. That's silly. Good. One more time on each side. Good, lower that leg down, good. And then let's do double leg kicks. So bring your face down on the mat, one cheek on, hands on the back. Draw the hands up as high as they can go and relax the elbows to the side. Squeeze your legs together behind you. That's it. And then you're gonna kick your your heels to the butt. Both legs 3 times. I'm gonna learn how to talk. Place your feet down, lift your chest, come into your swan, and then lower back down. As you come into your swan, your arms lengthen over your butt, and they try to stay together and connected. Good, keep going. This looks great, Bianca. And trying not to get much rocking forward and back in that kick, kick. Good, kick, kick. Feet come down, lift the chest up, and you kick, 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 feet down, chest lifts. And you kick, kick, kick. Feet down, chest lifts. Keep going. When I was doing this for my videos, I realized that speed doesn't necessarily help me. So if it helps you to slow it down to get that connection, better. Good. One more time. And then lift and lengthen. Lower it down. And then come into a child's pose. And breathe. And then roll up through the spine. And come up to sit with your feet forward on your butt.
Is this forward?
No, that's forward.
What thing meant? Never mind. Ignore me. I went like forward on my butt. I like to turn my.
No.
It's fine.
This is what we learned. How to be more precise with our words. So your legs are out long in front of you. Flex the heels and bring your hands behind the head. You're gonna want to scoot forward a lot. So bring your feet to the front of the mat. Separate the feet a little bit. Good.
We're doing
Neck pull.
What's next?
Neck pull. Roll down to the mat by looking at your belly button and finding a nice big C curve. So roll down, starting at the top of neck pull. Slowly, slowly, slowly.
Wow.
Good. And then we roll back up. Tuck your chin into your chest. Peel up off the mat. Press your heels down into the mat. Your legs are separate here. Don't forget. Forehead to knees. Cover your elbows, your knees with your elbows. Stretch the back of the mat. Neck. Lift your spine up nice and tall. Think about growing taller. And then round your spine down and roll down bone by bone, pressing your heels into the mat. Yeah, good. 2 more. Round up. Forehead to knees, elbows in. Lift the spine, open the elbows at the top. Lift the spine, tuck your pelvis, roll back down. So, when you're rolling up, you're trying to keep those elbows wide. Again, that distal thing that we were talking about with our roll up. So the wider my elbows are, the more I have to bring up. You try it. If you come in, that's totally okay. You're trying to keep them nice and wide. One more time. Roll up. Wide elbows on the up. Forehead to knees. Elbows hug in. Rebuild the spine. Lift nice and tall. And then roll down bone by bone. Good. Beautiful. Okay. We're going to try another advanced exercise here.
No,
Excuse me. Arms long by your side.
should I stay this way?
Yeah, you can stay. No, turn around. Let's bring the mat back to this actually, so they can see the side version. Sorry, hopefully you're not doing as much maneuvering at home, but if you're taking class with us right now, you can grab a sip of water now, take a break. I feel like sometimes people go like, that Pilates class didn't move fast enough. There were too many breaks. And I'm like, I am grateful for those breaks.
Yeah.
When I am taking Pilates, I need those breaks.
Please.
I like those breaks. Okay. Hug your knees into your chest. Your arms are along by your side. And then you're going to lower your legs down, lift your legs up. So you're gonna bring your legs up into the air. We're going into high scissors here. And you're gonna bring your hands behind your low back to support you. Your elbows are on the mat and straighten your legs up to the ceiling. Just try to find this little like kickstand shape sort of. So her elbows are her kickstand. Good. And then just go ahead and roll back down to the mat carefully, slowly with control, Bianca. From here, you can release those hands like, yeah, and then melt the spine down. Good, let's practice getting up to that position again. So the legs go long. You use a little momentum to get the legs up overhead, bring the hands behind the back. Good. And then once you're here and you feel like you're supported by the hands, try to get your legs as in line with your butt as possible. And it's hard. Good. And then you're gonna take one leg and bring it closer to your face and lower the opposite leg away from you as far as you can while keeping control. And slowly switch. Yeah. So just everyone at home, if you're trying this, you can stay in that lifted position if that's where you're getting and that's all you can do. Again, if you're not here, this requires a ton of strength on the back of the body, so you're gonna go into that shoulder bridge so we can prepare for this over time. Beautiful, and I find that moving slow here, if you're here and you're trying it, is the name of the game. No weight on your neck, all the weight on your shoulders. Good, and then just one more to the other side. Bring the legs back together in the middle. And then you're gonna start a little bicycle here, trying to keep the feet as forward as possible. So that bicycle is not happening right over your face. It's happening up high in the sky. Bianca looks amazing. My bicycles don't look like this. Take two more. Can you reverse the bicycle? Yeah, breathing, breathing, breathing. I love that breath. Two more. And one, straighten those legs, lower the hands, melt the spine down. And when the spine gets down, bend your knees. Beautiful. Bend your knees, place your feet flat on the mat. Maybe you've already been doing shoulder bridge. We're gonna do some here now. Bend your heels, or bend your knees so your heels are close to your butt, arms long by your sides. And then you're gonna tuck your pubic bone first and then peel your spine up. So a reverse roll up. And then melt your upper back, middle back, lower back. Good, keep going. And I want you to keep those kneecaps straight up to the ceiling. They're not opening out, they're not hugging in. Two more. Peel the hips up. Lower the hips down. And one more. The hips peel. The hips lower. Good. Place your hands behind your thighs. Rock up to sit. We're gonna set up for an exercise called spine twist. So send your butt back on the mat so that your legs are long and keep the legs together. Flex the feet. Arms are gonna come out to the side. And then you're gonna twist your torso to one side like your saw. And stay here, take a nice big deep breath. Exhale and twist further. Good. Twist super tall through center, come to the other side. Inhale here, exhale, twist deeper. Good, one more time just like this, nice and slow in each direction. Inhale, exhale, twist more. Come back towards me. Inhale, exhale, twist more. Now come back to center. Now I want you to be super, super aware of your feet. You can even have your feet up against a wall for this exercise if that's helpful. On these twists, it's super easy to let these hips kind of rock back and forth and let one heel live in front of the other, lead the other. That is what we're trying to avoid here while we twist. That's what makes it challenging. Otherwise you're just like, this is super easy. Why am I doing this? Yeah. So heels stay together the whole time. Open your arms just a little bit more, Bianca. Twist your torso, and instead of doing that slow pulse, you're gonna pulse, pulse, quick, and switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. Squeezing those legs together. Keeping those heels even. You have one more here on each side. Pulse, 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 pulse. Come back to center, lower your legs down. Good, and then scoot your butt forward on the mat, lay down. We're gonna go into our jackknife. So we just did high scissors and bicycles. Now we do our jackknife. Good, okay. Again, you can just keep doing shoulder bridges here. I know it sounds like really redundant, but shoulder bridges are gonna make your back of your body strong enough to do all of this work with your legs up in the air. Bend your knees into your chest. Send your legs out to a high 45. Good. Bring your legs up over your head. Bring the toes towards the ceiling, literally over your eyeballs. And try to keep the toes lifting up to the ceiling. Like I'm pulling your ankles up as you melt your spine away as long as possible. The toes go up, 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 up. Hips go down with control when your butt touches, bend your knees. We have 2 more of those. Send the legs to 45. Bring the legs over to plow. Lift the toes up to the ceiling. Well, you were kind of there. Lift the toes up. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And then lower the spine down. I'm lifting and pulling these this way. Up, up, up. Good. When the butt touches, bend your knees. Got one more. Send your legs long. Lift your feet, lift your hips. Bring your toes up to plow. Good. Avoid the furniture. And then melt your spine down. It's like I'm lifting this away. Yeah. That's it. When your butt touches, bend your knees. Good. Let's set up for some side leg series. So roll on over to your side, facing the mat. We're gonna do fetal 5 today, which is a fun glute series that I like. So bend your knees 90 degrees. Your hips and shoulders are stacked just like our regular side kick series. And Bianca, you can bend your knees even more so that they're literally right in line with your hips. A little bit less, so split the difference. That's where Pilates happens. Like, you can go this much too far. Okay, so we start with our fire hydrant. Lift the top leg up, lower it down. Bianca's already done this with me once today, so I'm sure her
Thanks a lot,
butt's
Jenny.
already screaming at me, and now it's gonna scream more. Good. Up and down for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Lower that leg down. Keep your heels together and clamshell your knee open and closed. Good. And you're just going like this. It's gonna start burning that glute, I know. And you're thinking about length between the shoulder and the hip. So if you feel that there's wrinkles in your shirt on the top, see if you can drop your hip away from your shoulder to lengthen and flatten out those wrinkles in the shirt. You have 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Now you're gonna lift your knee up to the ceiling. Keep your heel down. Good. And then you're gonna switch this. So your knees come together and your heels come up, heel comes up in the air. And then you switch heel to heel, knee to knee. Good, keep going. Now, I think sometimes the instinct though is to like roll this forward and back, but I want you to think about lifting the leg up to bring the heels together and lifting the leg up to bring the knees together. So you're like drawing a rainbow in the sky. Good. Last 2. Final 1. Good. Lower your leg down, take a breath. Let's do our high clamshells. So both heels come off the mat and reach towards the ceiling. You keep the heels high and you open the top knee for a big clamshell and close. Really focusing on stability in those hips. In this one, try to avoid crunching that hip towards you. So keep sending that top sits bone across the room. That's it. You have 4, and 3, and 2. 1 more. Lower both legs down. Take a breath. Pound out that hip. We have our grand finale. So both heels come up to the ceiling just like they were. Open to a clamshell. Send your top leg long on a high diagonal. Point your toe. Bend your knee in. Bring your heels back together. Close your knee. Open and lengthen. Heels together. Close the knee. Open and lengthen. Heels together. Close the knee. 4 more. Open. I know.
4.
This is going to scream you. I know. You can do it. 3. It's only because you've done it once before all day today that it's really killing you. Last 2. Go into that abs. Make it, you know, find that strength. You can do it. Lower both legs down. Pound out that hip. Ha! I know it's screaming. Good, good, good. Great. And then we move to the other side. And we'll do our figure 4 stretch after we do both sides. So our fetal 5 on the other side, hips and shoulders stacked, knees bent 90 degrees at the hips, and also at the knees. That's what I was trying to say. You have 2, yeah, you're right. It's 2 90-degree bends for those of you at home. 90's here, 90 here. Good. Lift that top leg up in one piece and lower it down. And you lift and lower. And that's it. And down. Beautiful. Good, Bianca. You have 4. And 3. 2 more. And 1. Lower your leg down. Heels stay together. Open your top knee for a clamshell. And close. And you'll think of me tomorrow, all of you at home. Good. Hugging your abdominals in. So remember, we're not watching Netflix. We're going to do that later and see what happened on The Bachelor. Good. Because I went to bed early last night and didn't finish it. Last one. Nice. And then both heels come up to the ceiling. And then, oh no, lower the legs down. First we did our rainbow, sorry. Heel to heel, knee lifts. Lift the leg, bring the knees together. And lift and heels come together, and lift, knees come together. And lift and heels, and lift and knees. That's it. You have 4. And 3. Bianca's breathing through it. You all can all do that at home. And 2. 1 more. Good. Lower that leg down. Take a breath. Reset those abs. Put that corset back on. Lift both feet up to the ceiling. Open the top knee and close. And open and close for our big high clamshells. 4 more. And then we did a break before our grand finale. 3. And 2. 1 more. Lower those legs down. Take a breath. Pound out that hip. Reset everything. If you feel those hips gripping, just shake them out a little bit. Good. And then lift both feet up to the ceiling. Open the top knee in your high clamshell. Send the leg long on a high diagonal, point the toe. Bend the knees back together. Heels come together. Close the knee. Knee lifts. Leg straightens. Heels together. Knee closes. Knee lifts. Leg straightens. Heels together. Leg closes. That's it. You have 6 more. For a total of 8. A total of 8. 5. You can do it. 4. I know. 3. You got this, girl. And 2. Everyone's got this. Go deep. On 1. Good. Lower the legs down. Take a breath. Oh my God, we did it. Roll on over to your back. We'll take our figure 4 stretch here. So take one leg across the opposite leg. You can hug the opposite leg into the chest if that feels good for you. And breathe here. You can rock away from the bent cross leg to go a little bit deeper. So Bianca's gonna rock towards the camera if she wants that variation. Okay. And take like 2 more breaths here. Good. And then after your second breath, uncross the legs and switch sides. Good. Good. Beautiful. Excellent. Uncross the legs. Good. Okay. Take your hands behind your thighs, rock up to a seated position. Turn on over to your belly. We're going to go into our swimming here now. So we're gonna go back into some extension work, some back of the body work. You can scoot lift back a little bit more, B. Yeah. Arms long in front of you. It's more about the front that you won't have room for, so I think you want to scoot back even more. There you go. Good. Arms long. Lift the arms up, lift the legs up, and swim. Flutter the hands, flutter the feet. Ah!
I'm too long.
Oh yeah, higher, higher, higher. There you go. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower everything down. Scoop back like 3 to 4 inches. And you'll just have your legs lower, but you can extend your arms long.
Oh my God.
You're good. Lift the feet, lift the arms. And flutter for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower everything down. Check in with yourself. Are you engaging your abs? We're going to do 1 more set here. Hips down, pelvis down, pubic bone down, belly button in, ribs shut. Lift everything up. And you have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower everything down. Good. Turn on over to your back. And let's do some teaser here. All right. It's Teaser Tuesday. Here we go. Hug your knees into your chest. Send your legs to a high 45, arms straight up to the ceiling. Roll up into your high teaser right behind your sits bones, reaching for your toes, opening your chest. Trying to get the top of your head to lengthen up out of the spine. Take 1 more breath. On your exhale, melt your spine down. When your shoulders touch, bend your knees. Good. Good. We have that again. Send those legs to a high 45, arms straight up into the air. Heel the head, neck, and shoulders up. Reach for those toes and breathe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and then exhale, lower down. On the exhale, keep those legs still when your shoulders touch, bend your knees. Good. Okay. Shall we do a boomerang? Okay, we're gonna do a boomerang. So come up to sit. I think you wanna move your mat a little bit.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for a very exciting exercise. If this gets too hard for you, I want you to go back to your teaser and just stay there. If you want to try this boomerang, you'll do it with us. So Bianca's gonna sit on the mat facing me. You want to scoot forward a lot. You want space behind your legs are gonna go up in the air.
Bianca's gonna try to do boomerang.
Yeah. We'll just try one, or we'll try two for both sides. But yeah, one leg over the other. Hands start on the mat beside you. And then you're gonna roll your spine down to the mat, and when your shoulder and head touch, you're gonna lift your legs up into that kind of jackknife. Switch the feet of the cross. Good, and then melt your spine down, but keep your legs at a 45 and come up into a teaser. Good, now bring the arms down by the hips, bring the hands back behind you and grasp them. And then you're gonna bring the feet forward and reach over your forehead towards your toes, grab towards your toes. You don't have to reach your toes, but reach forward towards them. And then rebuild the spine, bring the hands on the side of the mat. Good, let's try that again. So now your crisscross is opposite, we do the other way. So you start, hands on the mat, roll your spine down. When your shoulders and head touch, feet come up overhead. In your little jackknife position, they switch. Melt your spine down to the mat. Keep your legs at a 45, bring your chest up into your teaser. Bring your hands by your side, grasp them behind you. Float your feet down, reach your arms up over your head for your toes. Good, and then rebuild the spine up, bone by bone. And that's your boomerang. So it's part jackknife, part teaser with some switching choreography and rowing, which is something we do at advanced reformer, which you'll all learn when you come to a class at the studio with machines.
Yes.
Okay, so here's the thing. We'll keep working on that. That's super fun. The one thing I just want to note is that when those hands, in case you're like at home and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to rewind and do that over and over again until I get it right. Your hands come back behind you, and as you reach forward, as your head reaches for your toes, these stay clasped as long as possible to get a stretch here, and then they separate and row forward towards your feet, and then you rebuild the spine. Hands come back by your sides. Beautiful. Come up to stand. We end with a front support. Oh yeah, we gotta get going. Arms up to the ceiling, heels
Are we running over?
Support. I don't know. Is it gonna cut us off?
I don't know, what time is it?
50.
Oh.
Tuck your chin to your chest. Roll down. Find your hands on the mat. Walk your hands forward into a high plank position. Find your hands right underneath your shoulders. Heels together, toes apart. Tuck your pelvis. Long spine, long back of the neck. Don't drop your head. That's it. And I want everyone to think about their shoulder blades today. I want you to think about pressing up in between the shoulder blades so you're not hanging out in your shoulders. Take 2 more breaths. On the second exhale, pike your hips up to the ceiling. Walk your hands back to your feet. And roll all the way up. Good. On this last front support of the day, arms up to the ceiling, we're gonna do something called leg pull down. So we're gonna add a little choreography in our front support. Roll down all the way to the mat, find your hands on the mat, walk out into your high plank position. And then when you get in your plank, you can either stay in Pilates stance or you can bring the feet to parallel if you feel a little more secure there. And then you're gonna lift 1 foot up off the mat, just 2 inches, and point the toe. And then you're gonna rock forward over your wrists and come back into the heel that's on the mat twice. Pulse, pulse. You rock forward once. You pulse back twice. One more time. Rock forward once and pulse, pulse back. Now switch legs. The opposite leg comes up. You rock forward and pulse back twice. You come forward once and back twice. One more time. Front, back, back. Lower the toes down. Pike the hips up to the ceiling. Walk your hands back to your feet. That's our down, front, what's it called?
Leg pull
Leg
down.
pull
Leg
down.
pull facing down.
Leg pull down. Good. And breathe. Now just let everything go. Hang and relax. Find that ragdoll feeling. Your neck is relaxed. If I came over and like bobbed your head, it would move. It wouldn't grip. Good. And then to put a slight bend in your knees and tuck your pubic bone and pull your belly button in and roll up through the spine. Beautiful. Just leave your arms by the side today. Bring the spine or the head right on top of the spine. Roll the shoulders back 3 times. 2. And 1. Shoulders go back. Ribs stay shut.
I thought we were doing this.
You can. But let's do one more back so that we end with the shoulders back. Keep those ribs shut. And that's it for the day. Good work! We got a lot of advanced exercises in. So if you're doing this at home, you're a freaking rock star. If you're taking any of the modifications or prep exercises I gave instead, you're still a freaking rock star. We'll keep working up to it. Please, if you do this, warm up for me. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Let's see. We have Mom. Mom says, "Oh no, I missed you."
Oh, no,
I'll watch it now.
YouTube
Good
later,
job,
Mama
ladies.
Huff.
Yeah, thanks, Mom. We've got some folks here. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Bianca is killing it. Yes. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Bianca. Joni. Hi. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Y'all are awesome. Have a wonderful night.